architect of this whole initiative, Mr. Suresh Satram Singh Lulla. Every time I try to introduce him, I have one of the biggest regrets in my life as to why did I not meet him earlier. We have been losing this gem for many other industries. I think and not from this person who is an engineer by background. Ladies and gentlemen, you know that he is a mechanical engineer from IIT Mumbai. He has done his industrial engineering from Wayne State University, Detroit, and he studied advanced course in economics and marketing at the Drexel University. He is a certified management consultant from the Institute of Management Consultants of India and a senior member of the American Society for Quality. I think we always get goosebumps when we hear about people like Deming and Juran. And to think of somebody who has rubbed shoulders with J.M. Juran, and he has been Kim Consultants Private Limited in 1987 as a focused quality management consultancy based on Juran trilogy, which is quality planning, quality control, and quality improvement. I can go on and on to speak about Suresh Bhai. I am really, really indebted that he has taken, I would say, liking for our organization, Tahoe, and we are benefiting from associating with him. And I invite him to give his valedictory address. Over to you, Suresh sir.
Thank you, Dr. Agarwal, for your very warm introduction. Kaho and Kimpro, they rhyme also, have a long journey ahead. We should have met earlier, as you said. Greetings to all the delegates for this celebration of World Quality Month. Kaho and Kimpro Foundation have collaborated for Qualtech Prize Healthcare. A bit of a courtship, but I think is going to convert into a marriage for many years to come. I have sat through the 2 days hearing each presentation. And it was like a voyage of discovery for me in the healthcare space. So congratulations to all the participants who have worked hard on their projects. I don't envy the job of the panel of judges, but I would like to thank them. Dr. Ramesh Babu, Dr. Parag Rindani, Dr. Geeta Fulari, Dr. Sunil Mundkur, and I may also say Dr. Anshuman Tiwari and Dr. Devraj Chatraj. Thank you for all the time you've spent. And I don't know if you can come to a decision in 10 minutes now. There's a lesser known fact about Kimpro Foundation in this audience. We started the Kimpro Platinum Standard Award for a Statesman around 2004. And our first recipient was Dr. Badrinath of Shankar Netralaya. The quality practices there were absolutely world class. Dr. Gyani went on to win the gold standard as the leader of an institution, the Quality Council of India. And our reigning Quality Platinum Standard 2019 is right here with you, Dr. Vijay Agarwal. Believe you me, being selected is not an easy process. It goes through tiers and tiers of selection. I hope this inspires you to, all of you, to send us nominations for the Impro Platinum Standard 2020. So let's get into quality management and this customer part. Who defines quality? Who's the final inspector? Customer. Who pays your salary? Customer. I'd like you to tattoo the word customer on one of your arms. And on the other, I would like you to tattoo process, a process that delivers an output to the customer. Now, in manufacturing, where I have most of my experience, it's relatively easy because the output is what the customer evaluates, compares it with competitor products. The customer is blind to the process. In a service industry, the customer is part of the process and has multiple moments of truth. One bad experience and the entire service is condemned. In healthcare, it gets even tougher because human life is at stake. Risk management is a must. Now, how do you manage these processes? The same way you manage for finance. Quality planning, quality control, quality improvement. In quality planning, you set the standard based on customer requirements. In quality control, you maintain that standard and you work on sporadic problems where you treat the symptomatic evidence of the problem. I have a headache, pop a Crocin, headache gone. That's quality control. The third is quality improvement, where you challenge the standard. And when you challenge the standard, you are unearthing a whole lot of chronic waste. And that chronic waste, which we call cost of poor quality. It's not rocket science. One has to get into cost of poor quality in an organization. And it's not necessarily your value creation processes. It's your support processes and your supplier processes that are contributing to the cost of poor quality. Please make note of that. we tend to focus only on the value creation processes, which account for 20% of the root causes. 30% to 40% comes from support services, recruitment process, maintenance process, training process, billing process. And over half comes from what you buy. You are importing defectives. So when you do all this managing for quality on a process, what results are you expecting? The ultimate is customer delight. Now, customer delight is not another word for customer satisfaction. Customer delight comes from when the features of your offering, your product or service, is what they like. And it should be free from deficiencies. When you have both, I've bought a car, a Mercedes. I bought it for the features. But if the engine doesn't start, that's a deficiency. People come to hospitals for the features of the hospital. And the features include, apart from the infrastructure, the people, the doctors, their reputations, etc. Customer delight. The prerequisite to customer delight is empowered employees. People make quality. Empowered employees are in a state of self-control. They know the objective of their work. They know how to measure their performance. They know how to take corrective action. From frontline right up to purchase. This empowerment, what's the prerequisite for it? Process capability. Please don't empower people on incapable processes. Whose responsibility is this? Management. Management designed processes based on customer needs. All this will result in higher revenue and lower wasteful costs. To support all this, you need an infrastructure. And the NABH is an infrastructure. Without that infrastructure, you will not be able to manage for quality. This infrastructure talks of systems, processes, people, the job designs, the performance appraisal. It talks about knowledge sharing. It talks about education, training. Now, the most important is the foundation. The foundation has three components. Leadership. Leadership means walk your talk. People listen to what you say, they believe what you do. And if quality is important, one wants to know what is the leader doing about quality. The second is strategic planning. Integrating quality into your strategic plans. Integrate it with marketing strategy, financial strategy, technology strategy, HR strategy. When you integrate it that way, you will be able to identify projects. You will be able to identify chronic problems that are in the organization. Every chronic problem does not need the same problem-solving methodology. Some problems need that structured methodology. Others require benchmarking, and yet others, innovation. Take the example of problem-solving improvements. At Tata Steel, in the year 1989, pre-liberalization, pre all these computers and PCs and laptops available, absenteeism was a problem. It turned out employees were absent for a common cold cough because they went to Tata Hospital, where the paperwork for admissions took 2 hours. Then the doctor took 1 hour to see them, and the prescribed medication took another hour, by which time you had marked the person absent. The remedial action was to rework the admissions process, and we brought it down from 2 hours to 20 minutes, which was a breakthrough at that time. In 1989, what did Tata Steel save? 80 crore per annum recurring. 80 crores per annum recurring. And then all that cost of poor quality which came from scrap, waste, badalis coming to work, etc. Benchmarking. A hospital in Singapore had chronic illnesses in the ICU, infection. The gurney from the OT to the ICU, that journey was where the infection was happening, because the OT was very, very well sanitized. Who did they benchmark? Formula One pit stop. They ideated, and they got their gurney moving in coordination faster than ever before. But this wasn't good enough, because a gurney is much smaller than a Formula One car. People around the gurney were rubbing shoulders. They then benchmarked a ballerina dancer who can stand on 2 feet, on toes, and do all the actions. They sorted out the problem. Innovation. RBS Bank in Chennai. They conducted a creativity lab to excite the right brain. The most underutilized asset in an organization is the creativity in the residents, in the employees. That right brain, the creative brain, which you're born with. Unfortunately, your parents send you to school, where the reward and recognition is for the left logical brain. Consequently, you don't practice your right brain and it becomes dormant. So, Meera Sanyal sent us to RBS Bank in Chennai to bring out the creativity of these bankers. Pinstripe suits, very formal, neckties, dark ties, they came for the first day. Quite skeptical about this workshop. By the end of day one, the coats were gone, the jackets were gone, the scarves were gone, the furniture in the room was gone, and they were on the floor, working like children on chart paper. Amongst the various creativity exercises they did, the movie Chennai Express was on. And they wanted to see how Shah Rukh Khan and Deepika Padukone would solve problems. The results were extraordinary. It's not rocket science. If you complement your quality tools with creativity tools, you will get eureka. Finally, the cost of poor quality in any organization is typically 30% of total cost. In service industry, it's actually a little higher. Now imagine if you could do quality improvements and save from there. The saving would go to the bottom line, and all this will be without capital investment. So let's make a proposal to hospitals. How would you like to double your profit without capital investment? By making a habit of continual quality improvement. Thank you.